it was a time when 25 cents was a fair amount of money. You could buy several things with 25 cents. And if you had $1, then you can almost go grocery shopping with it, because you were sure to get your flour and your yeast and your salt and pepper and a whole bunch of stuff worth $1. So if you had $25, well, that was good pay, real good pay, you know. And it would take a while to get that, because the wood was hard to find. A lot of times some of the guys would get together and they would go to Maine and get their black ash from Maine. The ash that was on Lennox Sound was called white ash, and it was hard to work with. It was hard to pound, and it came out in thick strips, and the strips had to be split. By splitting the strips, you'd get 2 out of the one thick one, and sometimes 3. And that's why it was such a hard thing to pound it, because there was, in the black ash, all the strips were just about this right size for basket making. And in between the strips, there was a thin layer of, I don't know what they'd call it, sort of like a hard powder of some sort. Because when you hit the wood, what would it do? It would smash that powder up, and the strips will come apart real easy. Eh? The white ash was good for making rib baskets. It was also good for hoops, handles. But nowadays I'm hearing that there's different types of wood being used for that. White birch, oak, and I tried a piece of birch the other day. Didn't work out very good to me, because it stuck together and I couldn't split it. Me and James David were trying to split it, where we hammered at the sucker for half an hour before we got it in 2. But it wasn't gonna work for me, because it must have grew around instead of straight. What I mean by that, if a tree grows around like this going up, that's how it's gonna split. And if you try to split it straight, then it's just all stuck together, and it wouldn't split. But that was my experience in the days of old, with a lot of fishing. I think some of the best times in my life was on the boat with my father, when he fished eels. Because we had this old-time boat in the back there. It was kind of almost like the front of the boat, except for when it came back there. There was a little seat in the back there where I used to sleep, and all you can hear was the swish, swish of the water on the boat. It was very quiet. The only noise you'd get when an eel was thrown into the boat, and the eel would be flapping all over the place. And yeah. But I remember good times too over at Hog Island, there where we had our dinners. And it was a time when the potatoes were just about being harvested, and we'd go out in the fields and we'd get a bunch of potatoes to take with us to Hog Island. Over there we'd have eels and boiled potatoes, tea, and sometimes bread in the sand. which was probably about the best meal I ever tasted. And I've probably eaten just about every restaurant in a lot of the big cities, and I still haven't had a meal that was as tasty as that. No, it was really like the good times, I guess. Yeah. For a guy that was half starving. But anyways, that's my story for the fishing and harvesting of the maple. Thank you very much.